Hello everyone, thank you for joining my video on Book Processing 101. Today we'll be discussing how to enter new titles, creating and printing barcodes, and creating and printing spine labels. A brief background history: I am a media specialist that was coming from the public libraries where we used I've used various library management systems. I was not aware of how to use Destiny, and so it was completely new to me. And as a new media specialist, I found it difficult to process books. I was able to check in and check out, but difficult processing books, or at least learning how to process books. I watched a lot of YouTube channels and videos, and now that I've mastered it, I just wanted to show you how you can do so as far as processing books. So let's get started. If you log into your Follett Destiny account, I'm going to go ahead and log in. The first thing you'll do is you will go to Catalog and click on Catalog. Once you're there, you'll add a title. And I like to search by author. And the book that we are going to enter today is Pet. Title is Pet, and the author's name is Kawaki Imzi. So I'm going to search by last name. That's just helpful for me as it's easier to pull up the book. And here's the book. I do not have a copy. And for the most part, I use Mackin to purchase my books, and books are already processed. However, when I host Scholastic book fairs, I find myself purchasing quite a few books, and therefore I do have to process those books into our system. Oftentimes, we do not have a title or a record in the system already, and so I have to place the book or create a record for the book. This one already has a record because if we click on details, you see that I have no copies of this title, but there are five other schools that have a copy of it. So I'm going to go to the right side of the screen, click Add Copies, and go ahead and add this copy. Now, while adding a copy is not too hard, creating a record is a little more difficult, but adding a copy is not that difficult. I'll usually change the call number to make sure it is correct in the system. And so for my fiction book, it's FIC, and then the last three letters of the author's last name. The purchase price of the book is $9.99. It is a paperback book that I am entering into the system. And then everything else will stay the same: the circulation type, the date acquired, and I'm going to go ahead and save copies. Once I click Save Copies, you'll see that the barcode is entered into my school's, or the record, the book is entered into my school's catalog and is listed as available. But that's not it with processing. The book is in, but it does not have a barcode or spine label. So in order to do that, I would have to go to up towards the top, click on Reports, click on Library Reports, scroll down to Labels, and I'm going to first process the barcode label. So I'm going to click on Barcode Label. Everything, labels for each barcode, I'm going to keep at 1. Sort by barcode, and the thing that I'm going to switch, the section I'm going to switch, is Select By. I do not create lists. What I do is I'll click on Date, Time, Copies Were Added, and that's the best way for me to pull up what I've just recently added. So today I am going to go back to March 2nd because I know that that was the starting date when I started to add quite a few items, and I need to print those barcodes. I'm going to click on time and just put 8 o'clock a.m. You can put any time that you want. the to date, I'm going to put today's date. And then the time, I'm going to put 5:00 p.m. just so I can make sure that it enters in everything that I created today. The material type, I'm going to put any type. And if you scroll down, you'll see include the following on each, and that's to be included on the barcode label. So I do want my site name to be shown. I also want the title, so I'm going to click on title, and I also want the author to be shown. I do not want the call number to be shown on my barcode label because I am going to create a spine label which will have the call number on that as well. I use the Avery White address labels, 5160. If you need to reorder, make sure that you do that. And I'm going to, for these purposes, start on label 1. The print to offset is how you would move the text up and down or left and right or right. And right now I have it set to where I need to have it set. And so I'm going to go ahead and run the report. Once I run the report, it should take me about a few seconds. I'm going to click view. And it'll show you everything that I've created since March 2nd, all of the books and items. And the reason why I didn't limit it just to books, because I do sometimes enter other items, resource items or computer items. So I just kept it, such as keyboards and things like that for the music department. So I just kept it. But you'll see our barcode for this new book that we just created is right here. And once I'm ready to print, I will go ahead and print these barcodes onto the label maker and then place it onto the book. We'll go back into Report Manager because I'm not finished yet, because I want to scroll back down to labels and click on spine or pocket labels. I need to create a spine label for my book now. I am going to sort it by call number and again switch it from list to date, time, copies added. I'm going to do the same where I put the date of March 2nd and the time at 8:00 a.m. and then the to date as today's date and the time at 5:00 p.m. For the labels, we use Demco 10 by 10 for the spine labels. If you need to reorder, that's what you would use. I am going to start on label 1. The print to offset, like I said, is to move it from left to right or up or down. And I am going to keep the call number size, font size as 12 point. We'll go ahead and run this report. Should take a few seconds to change from pending to completed. And there we go. I'll click on view. And now I am ready to print out my spine labels. Here is our spine label, and I might go back and change it, just give a little space in between so that that can fall onto the EME, can fall onto the next line, just for visual effects. But other than that, if I'm ready to, I would go ahead and click print and print out my spine labels. And that is how I process books for my system. I want to thank you all for watching,